Hi guys, Kristopher Dreww here. I decided to come on and tell you guys my side of the story. So before I get into anything, I want to first start by apologizing. I apologize for my words, for things I said that were inaccurate or untrue, and for me acting on impulse and speaking before I knew the whole situation and getting carried away with my words. Um, I know that I've heard a lot. I've heard a lot of people apparently with those words, and I know that now, and I am very sorry. A lot of people are sending me so much hate mail, literally through the mail. Some of them even so much hate mail that it's been really scary for me right now. People sent my mother hate mail. They have messed with my mother on social media. Whatever platforms I did have left that they didn't delete, people have come for me so hardcore on that it's intense and it's rather insane. But I don't want to sit here and say you guys are bad people for doing this or that I hate you guys for doing this, because quite frankly, it's a life lesson at this point as well. Because there's been times I've seen mobs come after others, and I've kind of joined those mobs too. So I've been just like anybody else on the internet. So I understand that you individually saying something mean to me or about me is a very, very small thing. But just remember, everybody's doing it collectively. And now I know what it's like to have to be on the other side of that. So I do urge everybody to take a look at the way that we're treating one another and the way that they're treating me in this situation. I've been called every name in the book, from terrorist to traitor, and so many threats. People have mailed me things. I have things in a Ziploc bag right now, a couple of letters I got even today. The only page I have left, like I said, was my business page and stuff like that, and the people come for me so hard on there that it's impossible to ever get bounced back from that. I don't think I'll ever be able to. My business I put a lot into. Mind you, due to coronavirus, it's been closed this whole time, so I didn't really lose my business due to you guys. I lost the coronavirus, but Lord only knows what would have happened to my cosmetology license and my business had I had it open and there was no coronavirus and this had happened. It's made me rethink the way I treat others, and made me rethink the way I want to start behaving online or in videos or in person. And I just want everybody to remember I'm a human being just like you. I have a mother just like you. I have family just like you. I have pups like some of you guys. Some of you guys have other animals. I'm a human being with a normal life. And so the way people are coming at me and for me is barbaric and very scary. And I think that it's something that we all need to look at the way we act and treat others like, because you can't tell somebody's whole life or who they are based on a 15-second video, or in my case, 19-second video, which we'll get into. So I think we all need to rethink the way that we're treating one another and what we're saying to each other online. And remember that words do have impact, but mob mentality is even scarier and has even a bigger impact. Mob mentality is real, and especially online. And the way I'm getting the hate, it's just overwhelming. Next, I want to talk about the videos at hand, the videos of the reasons why I'm making this video now, the videos that has got most people hurt or mad or even hate me. And first of all, I want you guys to know I'm not arrested right now. I have not been arrested. They have they raided my home. The FBI did. They broke in my windows, put a hole through my door. I was alone at home. I was just waking up and getting dressed, and then I marched out of my house naked and had to walk down the block naked. The most humiliating thing I think I've ever experienced. They had guns in my face. I had my hands up the whole time. I was crying, yes, and they crashed in my windows, and I was literally laying there asleep. They crashed in my windows, and then it was the most terrifying thing I've ever dealt with in my entire life. It was so scary. and humiliating and just overwhelming. And I messed up by making those videos the way I did, and I am sorry for that. And some people call me backtracking or whatever, but I am sorry. I legitimately am sorry for making those videos the way I did. But what I've been going through is not just, it's not fair, it's not right. I don't wish this upon my worst enemy. Let's go ahead and get into those videos real quick. I'm going to answer the questions that I've seen random people say or ask online. So first, let's get into the first video. The first video was me wearing the UPS jacket. That video was not done after DC like the media is trying to make it seem. That video was done while I worked at UPS. I stopped working at UPS. It was a temporary position, and it was about 2 weeks before Christmas that I left that job. But when that video was filmed was when I just got back from Sacramento. About 2 weeks before I even heard about or even decided to go to the first event in DC that I attended, which was the second Million Man March on December 13th. So that video had nothing to do with DC. Had nothing to do with DC. It was filmed about Sacramento, and it was filmed a long time ago. So let's go ahead and get into the questions that you guys have about DC before I go into the timeline. So I'm going to have somebody read off some of the questions I found online and some of the things I found online being said. So I want to answer them.
If you didn't go into the Capitol, why did you make a video claiming that you did?
If I didn't go in the Capitol, why did I make a video claiming that I did? Well, I didn't claim that I, per se, did that, and that's what I'm sorry about. I'm very sorry. My videos were very unclear, very spur of the moment, very just hopped up on adrenaline and not thought through, because I didn't know exactly what was happening at the Capitol that happened. I just saw it from the outside looking in, and I said we, as in all the people that were there. There was literally like 1 million people there. We were all there for the same rally, so I figured us, we, like, you know, if your team scores in football, you say we scored a touchdown. You know, it's very similar to get caught up in that. I'm not making an excuse for it because it was wrong of me to do. But that's what I meant by it. I said we. So I personally never was in the Capitol, ever, not once. I was never even on the building, in the building, nothing. So that's that question.
And what about, you made a comment in regards to law enforcement about...
What do you mean?
About saying how, you know, they ran away and they're bitches.
Oh, okay. Okay, when I said that, okay, so right when I walked up, here's what happened. So after I got the text message from my friend saying they were invading the Capitol already. She said she saw it on video. I said, send me the link. And that text message is all there. It's the FBI has it now. But I did show it to you guys in a previous video where it was the day after, and I explained everything to you guys of what I did. So you guys can always refer to that video if you guys want to see that proof, because I don't have any electronics anymore. But then my friend texted me and said, here, I saw a video of them breaking into the Capitol, and I said, send me the link. She sent me the link. At the time, I was still in my hotel room. And so I took off running down to the Capitol, and it took about an hour to fight through the people. There were so many people, it was insane. So I personally did not get close enough to do that. But while I was running up, I saw 2 police officers to the left side of the building running up, and I bet you they could probably pull that up. Anybody could pull that up if you guys look at the footage of what happened that day. I saw 2 police officers running up. It didn't look like they were running for their lives or anything because nobody was chasing them. But I saw them running up, and so that's why I said we chased the police out. And when I mentioned that all the people were back on the other side, it was based on things that people in the crowd were saying. And again, I did talk about it in a we sense, which I should not have done. But that's what I meant by we had them running out the other side. I only reported on things I heard and things I saw, and that was it.
How close did you get to the Capitol?
I was on the left side of the Capitol building. I can't tell if I think we were coming from the back. Now the back of the front is really hard to tell which one we came from because of the fact that there were so many people and all I saw was the Capitol building. And but I'm assuming that it's the front because of based on where Pennsylvania Avenue is, and I came down Pennsylvania Avenue from my hotel. So I was on the left side of the Capitol building though. So I can't. I don't want to give them misinformation. I think it was the front side of the Capitol,
Okay, that's fine.
but I don't know if the front side's facing Pennsylvania
I'm
in the
just
White
saying
House or the back side's facing Pennsylvania in the White House. But it was on the left side of the video on Pennsylvania by Pennsylvania Avenue.
I know. So how close did you get? Were you on the stairs? Were you?
I was nowhere on the building at all. What I did do is get close to the left side is where I got close to, and I wasn't close enough to touch the building, but I was pretty close to the building. Yes, but I was not in or anything. I never left the grass area next to the only trees are to the left side of the Capitol building.
One of the ones we've been seeing online is a lot of people are claiming you to be a Nazi.
Oh my God, my mom's half black, legitimately. I mean I get it. I get it. I'm white. I understand that, and it is what it is. But you can't like lie about genealogy. My mom genealogy. My mom is half black. My nephews are. I mean, I don't know what I have to say. I hate people that talk like that. I'm gay as well. And gays and Nazis don't get along. But like, I mean, I'm gay, and I was not just somebody who simply likes men. I also was a big part of the LGBTQ community for a long time in Orange County. I'm doesn't get much gayer than this.
Yeah.
But so I'm definitely not a Nazi. That one I kind of laugh at because although it's a serious allegation, it's absurd. And anybody who's ever met me would know that that's absurd. So I'm definitely not a Nazi.
And what about the people who, when you said in the video that it wasn't Antifa?
Okay, so that will be answered right now as I go into the timeline of the events. Okay, so the timeline of the events. So here's what happened. I was literally checking in my hotel, and I never even saw Donald Trump's speech.
What time was this at?
Okay, so I get to. Okay, so here's the thing. I drove from California to Illinois to pick up my aunt that I met for the first time in 25 years. Literally, since I was like 6 years old. I haven't seen her since. So I picked her up in Illinois, and went straight to DC from Illinois. We drove through snow, 3 days straight. It was a lot. It was a lot. And by the time we got there, we were all kind of at each other's throats. It was just like, ugh. Me and my friend, and then we went to go pick up my aunt. So by the time we got there about 8 a.m. to DC. Pulling in about 8 a.m. Now, they already had all the streets shut down. So we went through a back alley, to be honest with you, and onto the streets that they already shut down because it was a huge portion of downtown DC that they had shut down. And it was all the portion of where all of the hotels were. So I drove through an alleyway that I saw and then got onto the empty road, which a lot of Patriots have done because I saw there was only Patriot people on the road parked in front of the hotels. I parked in front of my hotel around 8 o'clock a.m. At this time, my aunt and my friend wanted to go down to the monument where everybody was, and I said, okay, I'll check us in. I was going to get the car parked. They said we cannot check in, and they said we cannot leave the car there either. It must move every 15 minutes, otherwise it gets towed. So I said, okay, so I had to stay with the car while my aunt and my friend left to the monument. Me and my friend...
What time was this at?
This was at 8 o'clock a.m. when I got there. Okay. Me and my friend, we were kind of actually through the last part of the trip, last like 30 minutes of the trip. We drove for 3 days straight. When I slept, she drove. When she slept, I drove. And went to Illinois and then to DC. Remember that. So anybody in the right mind would be at odds with their friends or whoever they were stuck in the car with that whole time as well. So she left because she was going to DC to see her friends anyways. So she went to go see her friends. My aunt came back to the car at about it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock. And at that time I went down to go and see the speeches because I couldn't leave my car because I had to move it literally every 15 minutes. He told me to move it every 15 minutes. So I was on the move every 15 minutes, move my fucking car to another spot. And so finally I had to go down to see some of the speeches. So this is about 10 o'clock. I went to see speech from about 10 o'clock to about 10 o'clock to maybe 11:30 at max. That's with the walking all the way to the monument from our hotel, which is far, about a mile and a half. And then I'm back. So about an hour and a half to go there and back. When I went there, I went to the monument. I was right below the monument. Those pictures also the FBI has. And otherwise I would show them here. And I literally stood below the monument and saw the gigantic crowd of people. And I got to hear Kimberly Guilfoyle speak. I came into the end of her speech. And then after her was Donald Trump Jr. spoke. In the middle of his speech is when I left. I went back to my car so my aunt could come and see Donald Trump speak. Now, I've already seen Donald Trump speak a lot of times, obviously, so I literally told my friend and my aunt, my friend left anyways because we already got into like a little tiff, but I told them before, right as we were pulling up, that if they wanted to see Donald Trump speak, they can, because I have already, so I'll stay with the car. Okay, so I came back to the car, it was like around 11:30. I'm back at the car. My aunt goes and she gets to hear Donald Trump speak. I didn't even hear what Donald Trump even said. I didn't even hear what he said. All I know is after he was speaking, my aunt was walking back to the hotel and she got really tired. So she asked me to please pick her up in the car since I was sitting in the car moving around every 15 minutes anyways. So I did. I went through these empty streets in downtown and I picked her up, took her back to the hotel. That's how far away we were, about a mile and a half. And then from there, I dropped her off at the hotel, and the hotel saw how tired she was, and they said we could check in. I was so excited because I finally could park my car, not move it every 15 minutes. And at this time it was about 1:15, 1:30ish. So we check in the hotel. I take my stuff to my room. She takes her stuff to her room because I got 2 hotel rooms. I was giving my keys to the guy in ballet when I got a text message from my friend that said they got into the Capitol. No, it said they breached the Capitol, and I took that as they got through the fences and got onto the Capitol grounds. Okay, and I said send the link. So she sent the link to the video, and text message proof is there as well. In that video, my last video before this one. And if anybody saw that video, you guys will see the proof of everything I'm saying right now. And literally, I got a text from my friend saying that they got into the Capitol, and I said, oh my gosh, I gotta get down there. I told the valet guy that, and immediately I had the valet get my keys, and I ran to my car that was parked still out front, unmoved, and I grabbed my bullhorn, and I grabbed my my camera, and I took off running towards the Capitol building. Now, I fought through the crowd for a really long time. Really long time. So actually, I must have put my thing in Valley probably on 1 even, because of the fact that by the time I got to the Capitol, it was at least 2:30. Put it that way. I ended up getting as close as the left side of the building. I was in the grass by the tree the entire time. I could not get on or inside the building at all, as if I would even want to do that, because I do not support any of that part of it. Now, as I was running up, I saw the cops running upstairs, and I think that's where I addressed them one of the questions. But there was 2 police officers running up the left side of the building, and it didn't look like people were chasing them at all. But there were people standing on the building already itself. I'm assuming there's stairs. Now, I learned later on from watching the videos that they were not stairs. Actually, it was a wall that comes up the side of the left side of the building, and people were standing on that. I thought it was stairs. That's how far away I was, and I saw people along the top. Everybody was waving flags, taking selfies, taking pictures, and all in all, it looked like a peaceful event. Now, again, to leave my hotel room after my friend who's at home on the West Coast, who saw a live video, when she sent me that link, from the time it took me to get down there to the time it took me to get through the crowd, they were already inside for a very long time. And I saw the footage later on, which we'll get into, of what was really happening in the Capitol. So before we even move on, I want you guys to know that I did not know at that time what was happening in the Capitol. It seemed like a really peaceful event. It really did. But then I heard, which there's video proof of this as well, that the FBI has. I have a video of me when I found out that the girl may have been shot. Now I was down there and I heard that somebody might be injured, that somebody got shot with a rubber bullet in the neck and may have died. Then I heard from somebody else that they said somebody, I think, got shot with a real bullet and they may have died. And then another man said, I think a girl was being carried out on a stretcher. Now, there's some personal issues with this I don't normally like to mention, but I guess it is important to know why I went back to my room. So my sister was murdered about 12 years ago, and something that really has stuck with me. It's really personal. So I don't want to make it about that, but I want to let you know that's when I heard that some girl died. I even said in the video on my phone that now the FBI has. I even said in the video, I said, there's a family right now out there somewhere that doesn't even know that their little girl, their sister, their daughter is maybe dead. Like, and everybody's still sitting here, just standing here. So, and there's a video of me literally saying just those words, those exact words. And I left at that point and went back to my hotel room. The same friend that texted me the link started texting me again, saying she heard somebody might have died. Some girl got shot. And I literally texted her back. The only thing I said back, which is, again, the proof of that is in the last video. I wish I could show you, but I can't now. I said, I'm going back to my hotel. I know, I'm mourning. And I said, yes, I said the word mourning because it's been really sad to think about somebody else going through something similar I did. And I didn't want to stay down there at that point. So, in fact, the name of the video that went viral, that everybody's talking about, that you guys heard the 19 seconds of, was actually a 45-minute video titled Roberta Davis, I believe, which is not even her name. That's how much inaccurate my information was, and that's, again, why I'm sorry. But I was getting information like everybody else was, just quick and by hearsay. But somebody said her name was Roberta Davis. So I titled the video, Rest in Peace, Roberta Davis. And from there, I made a 45-minute, a tirade video, 45 minutes of me sad that some girl may have passed away because of all this, but also stating my excitement for what I heard was happening there, which was a lot of peaceful things. I heard that we were going to the Capitol to stand on the grounds of the Capitol and say that we need to be heard. I thought that's what the goal was, and I thought that's what I saw. Now, I did hear that, obviously, that they ran out the other side. I heard that that's all that had happened. I heard they got in the Capitol and the people around the other side. I did not know they broke windows. I did not know that they messed with monuments. I did not know that they desecrated our Capitol building. I did not know that. And that I do not support any of that. When I say I love America, I do. And I don't support anybody breaking into the Capitol and doing such things. They made it seem like we were invited in, is what the people in the crowd were saying. People in the crowd were saying a lot of things that I'm learning now were inaccurate. But after I made that 40-minute video, tirade video, that they took 15 seconds of and ran with it, or took two parts of it that were both bad parts because they were taken out of context and put together to make me look crazy. After I was done filming that video, I didn't even put my phone down yet, and I scrolled through Facebook like anybody else in America. And I saw, at the same time that you guys saw, what was going on inside the Capitol and what was going on outside of the Capitol with the police. At which point I deleted the video entirely, and I made a quick 5-minute video after that and saying that the video I just did was inaccurate and I do not support anything that's going on right now there. Facebook on that night, Facebook deleted my page and it was gone completely. So both videos I thought were gone. I thought just my presence online was gone until I looked online through my other pages. And I started getting so much crazy hate. I didn't know why. I was like, what's going on? But then I got onto my TikTok account and I saw this boy took, again, 15 seconds of my video, said, this is the guy who broke in the Capitol. Meet him. Is all he says in the video, and then it's just me saying, oh, we did it, we got in the Capitol. Because I was narrating what I heard. I regret narrating it the way I did, but I think I got too caught up in the moment and too caught up in the fact that there's a lot of people that do rely on me to go to these events and show the whole event on camera. And that's what I do. I go to Portland, Oregon. I go places like that, and I show the events because we all know how the media can skew things on both sides. So I go always kind of very neutral, and I just film the events from both angles. And you can see that on my YouTube channel. But I was so excited when she told me that they were already on the grounds of the Capitol when I was running down towards the Capitol, that my camera was dead, so I couldn't even record anything. All the more reason to go back to my hotel room. But I saw so much craziness coming at me, and I was like, but I wasn't even in there. But then I thought about that 15-second clip he has of the video made me look really bad, and I thought what people were taking it as. And they were taking it as I was saying I got into the Capitol. But I never said the words I always said we. And again, I spoke too soon. But I didn't know they were breaking in the Capitol. I didn't know any of that was happening. But the second I found out, I did delete the video. I really did delete the video. Now, I was at the Capitol probably all about an hour and a half at the max. I never went on the building or in the building, but simply on the left side of the building. I get what I did was wrong for even saying that I had anything to do with it. I get that. And I can't take back what's already been out there. I can't take back like what I said in those videos. And I can't stay mad at everybody else who's hating me right now for it. But what I can do is take responsibility by saying the way I spoke was wrong. It was completely wrong. But I physically have never been in an altercation at any event. I physically have never been assaulted at any event. I film a lot of the events. I am an American, but I'm not a bad person. I don't hurt others. I have my own train of thought, and I wouldn't say I'm far right at all. In fact, for instance, I'm for free education. Like, you know, I'm for things that some of the people on the left, I'm pro-abortion. I'm just not pro-murder. You know, I'm not far right. I'm not a Nazi. I'm definitely not an Antifa girl, like, please. But I'm also not a bad person, and I messed up by saying we in videos when I shouldn't have said we, I should have said they. But what happened at the Capitol was horrendous, and I agree with that. I never I never wanted it to seem like I was hurting people or that I supported what actually happened there. My recollection of it, I didn't see the cops fighting with people. I didn't see the things you guys saw on video that I saw at the same time as you. I didn't see that stuff. So I spoke too soon before I did my research, and again, I'm sorry for that. That video is 15 seconds of a 45-minute video, and I have no access to that video. I never have since day one. So I don't know how to show you guys the whole video to prove, but hopefully the FBI can pull it up. But they have broken into my house now. They have come into my life in a very abrupt, scary way. And I'm not arrested. I'm not in jail because I didn't do anything wrong, except for my word choice was horrible. Horrible. And I know a lot of you are saying right now, he's backtracking, he's just scared. I am scared. I'm terrified. But I don't belong in prison. I didn't do anything to belong in prison. I am scared, but I'm also being honest 100%. I simply wasn't there. I don't support it. And that's all I can do. But the hate I'm getting is immensely scary. The FBI, the way they broke into my home and stuff is very scary. The media though is, I don't know what the media is doing by drive or what they're getting out of this for painting me to be in such a horrible light, but it's scary. And they know that they're doing this. All I can do is be honest with you guys and apologize for what I've said. Unfortunately, I can't apologize for things I didn't do and things that didn't happen. Is there any other questions that you think that they would have? Or questions you've seen online?
You didn't really address the Antifa thing too much. You just said I'm not Antifa, but like.
I mean, I don't feel like I should address the Antifa thing too much because of the fact that that's the most absurd thing I've ever heard anybody say. And I think that if anybody even looked at my social media, if they're seeing that this person is being called Antifa, and they go and look at this person, they would see, and that's crazy talk. So that one to me is absurd. So I don't spend that much time on it just because I don't think people really believe that. Although there are a lot of people I've been seeing that I guess do believe that.
That's why.
But go look at who it is you're hating. If you're gonna hate somebody, at least go look at who they are, and see what kind of person they are. But Antifa, that's absurd.
So people like Lynn Wood and Scott Baio, who originally said that you were Antifa, or
Scott Baio shared, what Lynn Wood also shared on Parler, which was a post of somebody calling me Antifa. And they called me Antifa because they said that in my video that was 15 seconds long, when I said, and for the bitches online who are thinking that this was Antifa, it was not Antifa, it was us. Now, some people said I talked too fast in that video, on that part, and they said that I said I was admitting to be Antifa. And behind me was an umbrella, and the only part showing on the umbrella was, it said Antifa, but right above it, which was in view as well, there was an F and a U, because I had an umbrella that said fuck Antifa. I'm clearly not Antifa. Now, I did say, though, some things while I was there. Like I said, I wasn't Antifa in the video. Because what I saw again at the event was peaceful. I saw a peaceful event happening. And due to that, I assumed that they were trying to give Antifa the credit for what we had done. Which at the time I thought was get on the grounds of the Capitol and show them that we're here and our voice matters. And so when I thought that we had accomplished that, I thought that we stormed the Capitol. And it was before I learned about how they got in. It was before I learned about anything else, about what was going on outside with the cops. It was before I learned about any of that. And I was like, I don't want to give Antifa the credit for the accomplishment that Patriots did in America. And so I said it was not Antifa, it was us. But then I learned later on, like everybody else did, that Antifa was in fact a part of this, I guess. I don't know what the media is saying now because I haven't had any media. But I might be wrong about that even, because I've had no media and no devices for days now. So I don't know if Antifa was really there or not, but I know that last time I checked, the media switched to the point where they said, yes, there was Antifa there in the crowd. So if I got that wrong, I'm very sorry for that misinformation. But that's where the Antifa thing came into play, and I'm not Antifa.
I don't know if you want. I think you should address this too. So a lot of people have accused you of being on drugs because of your high energy.
Okay, so I first of all, if I was on drugs, the FBI would have arrested me there on the spot. The FBI would have found drugs or something in my home or anything. I was not expecting the FBI to show up. I didn't know that they were coming. They busted in my windows, busted through my door, and got me butt naked and walked me down the street naked. Had I been on drugs, they would have seen that. Now,